The webcam is on, and we have a special guest in studio with us here this morning, Mayor Rick Kasen. He is the mayor of the great town of Cheyenne, city of Cheyenne, however you want to call it. Mayor, welcome to the program. Glad you're here, and you don't look too wet, even though it's a little damp outside today.
Good morning, Gary. Thank you for having me. Yes, a little moist. We got clouds. The duck, the geese, they're pretty doggone happy out there with the water. But
are they really, Mayor? With Flo the barking
Flo,
dog, are you sure the geese are happy?
The Flo is not a barking dog.
yeah.
They're happy with water, but maybe not with Flo.
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
You.
All right, so let's just get right down to business. You all had a finance meeting. I believe the finance committee on the council met last night. Is that correct? Or yesterday?
Yesterday, yes, sir.
Yesterday, and can you tell us a little bit about what went down there?
Well, quite a few activities. We did have some work that was working in concert with other local governments in Laramie County for consensus dollars that they receive and how they would like to use those dollars. All of that was approved. We have an ordinance, a couple of items going through. One is for St. Mary's Church and St. Mary's School, where they are doing some refinancing. The city was the conduit for those funds, so that went through and was approved unanimously. Another item that Finance Committee is just started looking at, and that was a modification for some beverages out at Frontier Park for not only Frontier Days, but any other event that could be in the exhibit hall, in the Buckle Club, wedding receptions, gatherings, or something like that, that would allow for the sale of wines and champagnes, like in other parks and other locations of the city, whereas today we just have malt beverages that are available at Frontier Park. So those are a couple of the items that went through Finance Committee yesterday. And all items were approved, though, and so they'll move forward to governing bodies discussion this coming Monday night.
Well, something else that I think is going to be a big controversy, at least among many, if not many, and that's this greenway expansion to put in a jogging and a horse path on there. I understand in construction we used to call it minus, which is anything that's less than half-inch clean rock. That they're going to put out there, talking in the tune of $250,000. What was that discussion yesterday, sir?
That is for it's an extension of our greenway, as you identify, and it is out in the southeast part of our community, out near the HR Ranch, excuse me.
Right.
And again, near the water treatment plant. What this is a modification of what we traditionally do is more of a hard surface, but it will still be used for bicyclists, joggers, walkers, no motorized vehicles. And the one difference here of any other place that we have in the Greenway, and keep in mind this is more of a rural setting where this residential and other kind of industrial areas, it's the addition of equestrian use, where horses will be able to go along this path as well for a short distance. I recall, it's about a couple miles or something of that nature once it'll be finally done. So again, it's an extension, but a little bit twist to what the traditional greenway surfaces are with the soft trail.
Yeah, and again, that'll be located at the Cheyenne Prairie Generating Station and the JL Ranch subdivision. All right, well, the time is 7:45 rather. It's time for the top five at 7:45 this morning, brought to you by First Education Full Credit Union. And today we want to talk about some of the top 5 songs that may remind you of summer. It's pretty interesting to hear a song and for it to remind you of a favorite summertime year, but many songs have been written about summer to include these favorite 5. Now, I understand there's more than just 5, but here are 5 summer songs that made it to the top 10 on the Billboard chart, spanning from the 1960s right into the 1980s, and see how many of them you know and what memories they may bring to you as you think about them. Number 5, one of my favorites as I was growing up very early in the 70s is Summer Breeze by the Seals and Crofts. It was another great group that could not only paint a picture, but you could just about feel the ocean breeze breathing on you with this hit, making it to number 6 on the Hot 100. The song reminds me of hot summer day with an ocean breeze every time I hear it. since its introduction through our radios in 1972. It's still a great summer classic. Number 4, Summer of '69. Bryan Adams took us back with those high school days when we hung out in the garage with the band. Maybe you tried a garage band. Unfortunately, as has been the demise of many potential bands that started in their parents' garage, folks quit, some got married, and the song made it to number 5 on the Hot 100 in 1985. I think as we all look back to those summers of yesteryear, they really were the best days of our lives. Number 3, Saturday in the Park. This was one of Chicago's classic songs that entertained the theater of the mind. You could see the people laughing, playing, and even the man selling ice cream. The song made it to number 3 on the Hot 100 in 1972. We still enjoy a nice Saturday in the Park to this day, don't we? And speaking of which, we've got Super Day coming up in Lions Park here shortly. So maybe that'll be a good primer for you to get out there. Number 2, Boys of Summer. Don Henley's 1984 hit made it up to the top 5 on the Billboard charts. He was longing for the Boys of Summer to leave so that he could regain his girlfriend's affection again. Not much commitment there, but anyway, he also won a Grammy for Best Male Rock Vocal for the song. And for the number 1, you'll have to head on out to KGAB.com. Of course, these are only 5 favorites of many, but not to mention Eddie Cochran's Summertime Blues or the Beach Boys' Little Surfer Girl. What was one of your favorite songs of summer? You can tell us about it in the comments section at KGAB.com. More from Mayor Rick Kasen straight ahead. 7:48 is the time. The top 5 at 7:45 is brought to you this morning by First Education Federal Credit Union right here in Cheyenne.
Every hiring manager knows that a company is only as good as the people it's made from. So where do you find the best people? That may surprise you.
Meet the grads of life. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
This is talent worth knowing about.
Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
There comes a moment in every gentleman's life when everything Dad tried to teach him finally makes sense. Getting into a Toyota Tundra is just such a moment. With its engineered precision and incredible torque, a gentleman can handle just about any turn the road takes. And the Tundra is built right here in America, which of course means the world to a gentleman who honors his country. The Toyota Tundra, the gentleman's truck. Right now, get 0% APR financing for 48 months with $20.83 per $1,000 borrowed on a new 2015 Tundra, or get $750 cash back on Tundra Crewmax. Visit Toyota.com to learn more. Toyota, let's go places.
Toyota vehicles and components are built using U.S. and globally sourced parts. APR and approved credit from TFS does not include college grad or military rebate. Cashback from Toyota Motor Sales USA Inc. Offers may vary by region. See participating dealer for details. Offers end 7/6/15.
Visit Bradley Bar Toyota, your hometown Toyota dealer, or for more information, please log on to toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Champion Windows has a question. What does your home need? Does it need to be cooler in the summer and warmer in the winter? Do you want lower energy bills year-round? Then your home needs new windows from Champion. For over 60 years, millions of homeowners have trusted the comfort and energy efficiency of Champion Windows. Our windows are made in the USA with an exclusive lifetime warranty that you won't find anywhere else. And right now, you can get 25% off new Champion windows for your home. Plus, no money down, no payments, and no interest for a full year. Call 877-GO-CHAMPION or visit us at getchampion.com. But don't wait, 25% off new Champion windows is only available for a limited time. So call today, 877-GO-CHAMPION, or go to getchampion.com, because right now, every home can save 25% on new Champion windows. And every home needs a champion. Minimum purchase of 5 Comfort 365 windows required. See store or website for details. Subject to qualifying credit approval. Interest accrues during the promotional period, but all interest is waived if the entire balance is paid in full within 12 months.
A world with less cancer is a world with more birthdays. Grab your friends and form a team to join the American Cancer Society Relay for Life, happening in Cheyenne June 26th at South High. Kickoff at 6 p.m. Visit relayforlife.org/CheyenneWY.
KGAB Mornings with Gary Freeman. News, weather, sports, information, and opinion. Weekdays at 6 on AM 650 KGAB.
All right, 7:51 is the time. Glad to have you with us. The phone number this morning, 632-6500, 632-3323-57. Mostly cloudy here in the capital city. Looking at about 50% chance of rain and a high today of 79. We are honored to have Mayor Rick Kasen. He is the mayor of the great city of Cheyenne, talking about all kinds of things that are going on. Mayor, welcome back to the program today.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so we have talked about Finance Committee. I know some people were a little upset about the 8% increase that was set for 1 year. A lot of people are saying, look, you had Dickie Shaner and you had Sean Allen, who took a year of taxpayers' money to dig this out, find out all the details about it. Now, all of a sudden, we hear about sanitation expansion and all this stuff that really wasn't put in there before. The city was getting about 1.5 million. Now I understand about 500,000 or 600,000. So people are saying, hey, if it wasn't for that resolution, we would have probably had 11 or 12% increase. Would have had to have been to be able to support all that. What are your thoughts on that?
Several thoughts here. Number one, the 8% increase. No one likes an increase. I don't like an increase as well, but this 8% does not just cover our daily operational revenues needed for our needs, and by that I mean for the weekly service for household refuse, every 2 weeks for recycling, summer months for the yard waste purposes, etc. But the transfer station expansion has been on the books for a good number of years. That transfer station is 30 plus years of age. It has exceeded its capacity to serve, not only for our own vehicles, but when the general public comes up and they want to drop off stuff that'll eventually end up in a landfill. So after 30 years of use, it needs a little tender loving care, and it also needs some expansion, again, as our community continues to grow. Also, looking into the future, the Happy Jack landfill is something we have been looking at for the last 7 years, if I may. And that is something that is direly needed. Our current landfill has about a life expectancy of about 4.5 to maybe 5 years, and we're only taking construction and demolition materials out there at the landfill at this time. Working with the Department of Environmental Quality, and we are hoping to get a permit for that expansion.
Oh, so there isn't a permit that has been submitted at this time?
Oh, the application and consideration is underway, but the Department of Environmental Quality, as they should, they're doing their due diligence work, reviewing it, because we're getting next to neighbors and everything else out there, and we certainly don't want to work with them. DEQ also has to make sure that with any type of an expansion is that we have the proper lining so that we're not going to harm the water table. And I think we've taken all the precautionary steps to ensure that that has taken place. The plans that we have for Happy Jack landfill, not only for the expansion, but also just to pile and then cover the debris and what have you we might see anywhere from about a 30 to 50 to even longer year facility out there. So we're not only looking for our current operation needs, but we're also looking to the future for those hard facilities, including the equipment that we need. As we've talked about before, there was a study done by an independent entity that said for us to meet what we believe our estimated needs are to serve the public, we're looking at an 8% increase over a 5-year period of time. That's rather a staggering figure, no matter which way you cut it. If we look back in time, and we've heard this comment made many times by many people, the governing bodies over a period of time just continued to kick the can down the road, never took any action, never made any decisions. Be it a criticism, be it a gut check, whatever you want to call it, that's what we're dealing with today, so that we do not have to think about double digits, as you identify, percentage increases, if we do not take action, as we're sitting here today.
Well, and I know another thing is, too, there's a lot of applications that have put in around the Cowboy State, anywhere from 34 to 35 of them. And from what I understand, DEQ doesn't plan to renew a whole lot of those. So we better hope that they will.
Right. Well, and again, the state of Wyoming is looking at, there's a couple of items that the DEQ, the governor, as well as the state legislature looked at, and that's the cease and desist on transfer stations, no more transfer stations, and also some of the closures of landfills across the state. And there are priority lists for some funding that would assist those communities. Cheyenne is way down the list on that priority list. So we have to take actions on our own, again, to make sure we can serve our customers.
All right, very good. 7:56 the time. Stay on the line if you wish. We'll get to your phone call straight away. First, we've got the Rush Limbaugh Morning Update. Also, top of the hour news. News from Doug Randall and more from the mayor, and your phone calls at 632-6500, 632-3323. My name is Gary Freeman under very cloudy skies. Good morning.
KGAB Orchard Valley, Cheyenne. A Wild Preps radio station. AM 650 KGAB and KGAB.com. AM 650 KGAB. Up to the minute news.
From the KGAB News Center, I'm Doug Randall. The Laramie County Sheriff's Department's asking the public for help in identifying a body near Crystal Lake Reservoir. Joy Greenwald reports.
Captain Linda Gazelle says the department found a deceased male around 11 a.m. Friday in the woods south of Crystal Reservoir on County Road 210. The body was partially decomposed with an unknown cause of death.
The male is estimated to be 20 to 40 years of age and approximately 5 foot 10 inches. And he was wearing a South Wire ball cap, a Pole Mountain electric sweatshirt, a blue and white check shirt, faded blue jeans, and brown hiking boots. This male also had a full set of upper dentures.
An autopsy was conducted at 3 p.m. Monday in Loveland. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Sheriff's Department at 307-633-4735. Reporting from Cheyenne, I'm Joy Greenwald.
A local financial expert says people need to set aside money for emergencies. Ann Lucas of First Education Federal Credit Union says she often sees people who try to borrow money to deal with emergencies such as car repairs.
Car accident, and they have a $500 deductible, so they need to borrow $500 to cover needed repairs on their car. And that's something that you should really save for because borrowing it is expensive.
University of Wyoming trustees are planning to have a new president for the state's only public four-year university hired in about 8 months. Trustees on Monday approved a general plan for finding and hiring a new president. Trustee John McPherson characterized the timeline as semi-aggressive in his words. Trustees are looking for the university's third new president in as many years. President Dick McGinnity is leaving after being appointed to the job in January of 2014. He replaced Bob Sternberg, who resigned in November 2014 after less than 5 months on the job. The search for new president will be done out of the public eye at the outset. It will become public next January when 3 to 5 finalists are selected and brought to campus for interviews and public meetings. More news on demand at KGAB.com.
AM 650 KGAB Sports.
In sports, the Chicago Blackhawks win the Stanley Cup title as they clinched last night at home, defeating the Tampa Bay Lightning. It's the Blackhawks' third Stanley Cup title in 6 years. However, it's the first time they've clinched on their home ice since 1938. They, of course, are one of the NHL's original franchises. Major League Baseball, Rockies drop a game to the Astros by a score of 6-3. Other baseball notes, the San Diego Padres have fired manager Bud Black. The Padres' big spenders in the offseason, bringing in Matt Kemp, Craig Kimbrell, and a lot of other high-priced free agents. Will Myers brought in via trade from Tampa Bay. It hasn't panned out. They were 31 and 32 going into yesterday's game. Ownership decided that wasn't good enough. Bud Black's out after 9 years. Of course, the Padres, one of the Rockies' division rivals. You can't fire the whole team, so you can fire the manager. A lot of times that's the thinking.
There you go.
And that's a look at sports.
All right, thanks a lot, Doug. Time is 8:08. It is road construction season. This Wyoming Travel Morning Update is brought to you by Wyoming's Highway Safety Community, reminding you that buzz driving is drunk driving. 'Tis the season for road construction. Construction crews are working on the bridge on I-80 between Cheyenne and Laramie on Auto Road. Expect delays there. Also, more road construction work between Cheyenne and Torrington on US 85. Expect delays there as well. And now for your day weather travel forecast.
The Wyoming Brewers Festival features over 30 brewers of specialty beers on the evenings of Friday, June 19th and Saturday, June 20th at the Cheyenne Depot Plaza in downtown Cheyenne. Come experience the best brews in the Rocky Mountain region. Go to www.cheyenne.org. Paid for by Visit Cheyenne. Be ready for limited visibility in rain showers, fog, and low clouds along the I-80 corridor and I-25 in central, southern, and eastern Wyoming this morning, with redeveloping showers and thunderstorms possible statewide, especially in the central, the south, and the far east.
All over America, people are taking the National Radon Test. Have you? Answer true or false. Radon is a radioactive gas. True.
I didn't know that, no.
True or false. The Office of the Surgeon General recommends that all homes be tested for radon. True, your home should be tested. True or false, radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer. True.
I'm going to dial the number and call
777-6015. Protect your family and get your test kits today at wyomingradon.org.
It'll be another day of cloudy skies and another day where the chances of getting wet will be high as more showers and thunderstorms will roll across Wyoming. We saw quite a bit of activity overnight, especially over southern and central Wyoming, and We're going to be in a moist atmosphere, an unstable one. And although temperatures are going to be warmer today, we're going to have more clouds and sun, and another round of showers and thunderstorms will be a good bet this afternoon and this evening. And we do need to watch out for the risk of severe weather later today and early tonight.
Announcing the 55th annual world-famous Woodchoppers Jamboree and Rodeo in Encampment, Wyoming, June 20th and 21st. Saturday, enjoy a pancake breakfast at the firehouse, then watch the parade. Saturday and Sunday morning, the chips fly as loggers compete for the title of Rocky Mountain Champion Lumberjack. Cowboys and cowgirls then take the arena for a WRA rodeo. Delicious barbecue and 2 melodrama performances in this jam-packed weekend of good times. This is a Wyoming experience for the whole family, produced in cooperation with the Carbon County Visitors Council.
Casper will glow with the bright lights and radiant spirit of the Central Wyoming Fair and Rodeo. And for these few magical days, we'll become daredevils, ringleaders, champions, and connoisseurs of all things deep fried. The enchantment will be dizzying, but the spell will break. The days are long, but time is short. Plan your midsummer escape July 3rd through 11th and save up to 20% on your hotel. When you book it, visit Casper.com.
There will be some areas of morning fog and morning showers. Otherwise, mostly cloudy today. It will be warmer. Highs will go to the mid to upper 70s, but expect redeveloping showers and thunderstorms this afternoon and this evening. Some of those could be strong to severe. With temperatures tonight, low to mid 50s. Partly cloudy, mid to upper 70s Wednesday, with widely scattered to isolated late-day thunderstorms. I'm meteorologist Don Day with more weather on demand at KGAB.com.
Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, Wyoming Tent Sale. Yes, Wyoming Tent Sale. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries in Fort Collins is loading their trucks, bringing all this merchandise to Cheyenne this weekend only. Frontier Mall, 5 days, Thursday through Monday. A monumental clearance event. Wyoming gets first shot. Truckloads. Excess inventory liquidation. Wyoming gets first shot. Everything clearly marked. The lowest price. Deep discounts. Up to 65% off retail. American-made quality and liquidation prices. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, Wyoming Tent Sale, monumental deal, deep discount. All items are marked near cost, at cost, or even below cost. It's worth the drive wherever you are. No rate checks. When it's gone, it's gone. You know Lazy Boy is the best, and this is it. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, Wyoming Tent Sale, Frontier Mall. Save on everything. Sofas, recliners, sectionals, everything you need for your home at savings up to 65% off retail. America's #4 volume Lazy Boy store under the big tent at Frontier Mall, Cheyenne.
Here at Mountain View Regional Hospital, we know that joint and sports injuries are painful. With over 100 years of combined experience, our team of board-certified orthopedic surgeons is here to get you better faster, offering convenient access to the latest in surgical and non-invasive care with clinics in Cheyenne. Call 877-266-4700 or online at mvrhospital.com. Mountain View Regional Hospital. We find answers.
That's the sound your brain makes when you realize you're buying something and forgot the coupon. Online or in a store, knowing that you're missing a deal is the worst. You need the app from Retail Me Not right now. Get thousands of coupons from 50,000 stores like Kohl's, Domino's, Best Buy, and more with crazy deals like 60% off, free shipping, and free gifts with purchase. You can get a text invite to download the Retail Me Not app 100% free right now for Apple or Android. Just text the code SPEND to 42767. Then just show your phone at checkout to save. It literally couldn't be easier. It's 2015. Keep your coupons in your phone. Stop what you're doing and text SPEND to 42767. Listeners will get a text with a link to download it 100% free. Never forget another coupon again. Text the code SPEND to 42767 right now. That's SPEND to 42767. Message and data rates may apply. For terms and privacy, visit retailmenot.com.
You're listening to KGAB Mornings with Gary Freeman on AM 650 KGAB.
And good morning. Welcome to a little bit wet Tuesday here. Clouds over cover. I don't think they're going away anytime soon. 57 current temperature with some light rain around the region. So as you're heading out, be careful. Roads could be a little bit slick. But no further ado, we are in studio with the mayor of Cheyenne, Mayor Rick Kasen. Phone number 632-6500, 632-3323. Mayor, welcome back to the program.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so we've talked about some of the things and decisions the Finance Committee has made. Want to move right along because there's a lot of other business that you were wanting to to highlight this morning. We're going to let you do that.
Just a couple of things here. One of the things I'd ask our community to share, unfortunately, when we have this type of wet grounds, we have some folks in town, unfortunately, that determine that city parks, soccer fields, ball fields, things of that nature, somehow the purpose of them is to become those mud bogging for the big vehicles and that. And unfortunately, we've seen people driving across and tearing up some of our parklands and that. And I'm sorry, that's just not acceptable. It's not acceptable. These are public parks, and people should enjoy them without ruts and gouges and everything else. Likewise, we've had some folks decide that after we're out planting flowers and some of the rights of way along the streets and everything else, they're digging up our plants and taking them home.
Okay,
I guess
that's just as redneck as it gets, right there.
It's thievery. That's all it is. So
sorry for your rednecks out there. I wasn't trying to single you out, but I mean that's just ridiculous.
So again, if folks can see a license plate or they see somebody doing these types of things, please give our police department a call. Give my office a call so we can follow up, because we're just trying to protect the Cheyenne citizens' property, and that's really what it is. So again, just a watchful eye will be very, very helpful. Another item of we'll throw this out here. Excuse me. It's the bike lane controversy that's going on right now. 2014, early 2015, a lot of work was done on trying to put in some protective bike lanes on some commuter streets. And Pioneer and Cary and were the streets that we're working on now. And we did all the proper communications, notifications, what have you, to the residents along the ways. We, in fact, we had the public hearings, the public meetings, awarded contracts for the striping and sign installation. And we've had some residents that are not happy with this. And at the last city council meeting, I did put a postponement on that to take a look at the further review, what the impact is, because as we've heard, many folks are losing some parking along the frontage of their homes or the sides, depending where their streets are located. So, excuse me, we're taking a look again at the routes, where the signage is, and see if we can make some improvements there.
May I ask you a question on that? Okay, there's two thoughts. Number one, I know Fort Collins and a lot of other cities in the United States have that. But back when back when Cheyenne was being formed, all right, it wasn't just open land per se. What I mean is Fort Collins been open land forever, so they were able to build and accommodate and expand this. St. Louis, or why do I keep saying St. Louis? Cheyenne has been what it's been, these narrow streets forever. And then two, why do we got to have a bike lane? Why are we so hell bent on having a bike lane? When we were growing up, you obeyed the laws of the road, you used hand signals, you watched out, you drove along with traffic, and that's what the deal. Why are people so hell-bent on these bike lanes? I'm just curious.
It's a different mode of transportation. I don't know if it's a generational change, environmental thoughts about this with not having vehicles. But again, you mentioned a couple of communities in the Front Range of Colorado. Boulder, for example, they are even narrowing their streets to automobile and truck vehicles for more bike lanes. And we've had that same interest here in Cheyenne as far as, again, an alternate form of transportation, meaning bicycles, that would be having a designated lane. We tried it out on Yellowstone, if you'll from Central going north, but again, there's a wide, expansive street right there. Trying to fit some of these into the narrow streets, it is being a challenge. Trying to make some accommodations, and I mean that's not always the greatest word, but to listen to the folks, the proponents of bike paths, and then also taking into consideration the residents that live along the streets where the bike paths will go. Safety is always a factor in this type of a thing, and there's some concerns about the safety, and we heard those in different discussions as well. So, as I mentioned, I will be meeting this week with our engineering folks, our Parks and Rec folks, to see what kind of program, if any, and I'll underscore if, any modifications would take place. The governing body said, yes, we want to have these bike paths. So if there are any type of changes, then they'll have to come back for review by the governing body.
All right, let's take a phone call. Good morning. You are on with Mayor Rick Kasen. It's your turn.
Good morning. Hey, I'm all about bike lanes. I understand that completely. However, I don't think that I don't ride bicycles, don't care to, but I also don't care to have to pay for somebody to ride their bicycle. So why aren't we putting stickers on bikes, license plates, if you will, and charge them a tax to be able to ride in their proposed bicycle lanes? And then the police department, how are they going to handle them not abiding by the law? Are they going to get tickets because they decide to run across a red light or to cut me off as I'm driving, as they constantly do now? I'll stand by and listen to your answer, Rick.
Thanks for the call.
Thank you. The enforcement is always a concern. With the police officers that we have on the street, and concentrating on everything they have the responsibility for, so that is not taken lightly as well. The thought of having again, there was a city code that did require everybody to come in and register their bike, much like the motor vehicle department has for a vehicle, a motorcycle, a truck. How many people abided by that? Hardly any. So again, it was costing us more to try to administrate nothing than it was really worth, type of a thing. So this is one of those interests, as the caller said. No problem with biking, but maybe it's a different location.
It's not like we don't have greenway for them to ride their bikes on. And if you're not going to put a bike path on every crime street, then why only select a few and then compromise people's property, of which they are paying their mortgage and everything else, and they need some parking for guests and whatnot. All right, let's take another call. Good morning. You're on with Mayor Rick Kasen.
Good morning. This is not Boulder, and it's not Fort Collins, and we don't have nearly the bike riders they have in those areas. So why don't we concentrate more on potholes and a lot of the other problems that we have on the streets of Cheyenne than bike lanes? It doesn't make sense. Thank you.
Thanks for the call, Mayor.
Yes, and again, that needless to say, I've received phone calls, emails, conversations on the street, and everything else. And as the callers identified, and I mentioned earlier, we are Cheyenne. We should concentrate on ourselves, but we also hear from others that say these are pretty good ideas. With respect to the connectivity, we can use the greenways and everything else, but people are saying, but I'd like to ride my bike into downtown Cheyenne where I go to work.
Well, then,
and I don't have that opportunity today without a bike lane.
Well, sure they do, because back in the 60s and 70s, we were taught to obey the rules of the road. So, and I understand you're just telling me what the public's saying, but as far as city council, like unanimously saying, yeah, let's do this, they need to learn how to follow the rules of the road, first of all, and use hand signals. And we get calls all the time. I know you get things in your office, Mayor, to where, not all bikers, of course, but there are bikers that just refuse to obey the rules of the road, and they're going to get themselves killed. And I don't think a bike lane is going to take care of that. Let's take another phone call, Mayor. Good morning. It's your turn with the mayor.
Good morning, Mayor. A couple of questions, maybe three. First of all, on the Yellowstone bike lane, why do they have the bike lane closer to the automobile rather than closer to the curb? It seems to me as if that's not a very good safety factor. I'd rather be closer to the curb, get away from the cars, than right next to them. Second of all, on the Belvoir Ranch, and I know we're changing subjects here, why are you paying somebody $50-some thousand a year to maintain a ranch that you're not doing anything with other than leasing the land for a rancher? Let him check the fence. I don't know why you're paying somebody. And why are you paying somebody to care for the bicycle lanes? A bicycle czar, that's what I call it. I'll hang up and you can
All right,
talk.
thanks for the phone call. We'll let the mayor answer that question right after this.
Hi, folks. Alan Thicke here. You know, some things in life are just too serious to take chances on, and owing money to the IRS is definitely one of those. The IRS has the power to garnish your paycheck. They can levy your bank account, even take your home or business. Seriously. Thankfully, with one simple call, you can start solving your tax debt once and for all. Optima Tax Relief is the leading tax resolution firm firm in the nation. They have over 250 professionals. They have an A rating with the Better Business Bureau and the trust of thousands of satisfied clients. Optima's attorneys can immediately protect you from aggressive collections because they are experts in the Fresh Start Initiative. That's a special IRS debt forgiveness program that could save you thousands. Don't wait till it's too late. Get serious. Call Optima now for your free consultation.
Call 800-501-0866. 800-501-0866. 800-501-0866. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
1 in 9 babies will be born prematurely, needing the specialized care of a neonatal ICU. Toby's Shower for Babies knows that new parents appreciate any kindness during this stressful time. That's why they donate baskets to the Level 4 NICU in Denver, the closest destination for preemies in the region. The baskets contain blankets, books, a stuffed animal, onesies, and more. They brighten up the room as well as mom and dad's spirits. You can help by donating to this caring organization. Visit showerforbabies.org or find them on Facebook.
The Wind River Casino is already your party destination. And now, with its own hotel, it's your daycation getaway. The Wind River Hotel and Casino, featuring 87 modern, beautifully appointed rooms and 3 luxurious suites. It's the perfect weekend trip, or just for a day. Enjoy Wyoming's best casino action and fine dining in the Red Willow Restaurant. So if time is short, make your next vacation a daycation at the Wind River Hotel and Casino.
And now, more KGAB Mornings with Gary Freeman on AM 650 KGAB.
All right, 8:26 the time. We had a question concerning the Belvoir Ranch for the mayor. We're running out of time. Stay on the line. We'll try to get to your phone call, Mayor. I'll let you answer that.
Okay, the Belvoir Ranch first is the person that is a city employee has some multiple responsibilities, just not on the Belvoir Ranch. That is city property. As I said with the parks earlier, it's really the people's property. And not only does this individual patrol, maintain fences and everything else, he's protecting the property as well. There are gates out there that are access to other people's lands as well. We do find, unfortunately, on occasions, chains will be broken, locks will be broken for people to get out. So, again, it's maintaining the property out there is one of his responsibilities, and preventing damage. Another responsibility that this person has is during the winter months, there's not probably a lot of activity going out on the Belvoir Ranch. So he also serves in our street and alley division, where he provides services of snowplow driver and other type of street and alley maintenance. So that is one. The caller identifies the Yellowstone lanes. Why are they not closer to the sidewalks versus the street or the traffic? Again, those lanes were built or painted to standards, or the dimension or standards, because if you go up and down some of Yellowstone, you'll also find that there's parking allowed on Yellowstone in the streets. You have to have a separation for vehicles to be able to park on Yellowstone. And so that is or some of the reasons. And it's built to standards or painted to standards where those bike lanes are. And again, you have a separation there for vehicles. And then the last question the caller had was about having a bicycle czar. This person that we have also works on the Greenway, as well as other responsibilities within Parks and Recreation. So it's just not a bicycle specific position.
All right, very good. We are flat running out of time. Another thing we want to highlight is coming up on the 24th. We've got the wall that's coming. I understand there's going to be possible ceremony there. Mayor, are you going to be there?
Yes, sir. At the Vietnam Traveling Wall and other recognition, 9/11, other services in Cheyenne comes in. The ceremony starts on Thursday, the 25th. Where we can recognize those heroes from that Vietnam War, other heroes as well, and a lot of educational information coincides with our Super Day, which is June the 27th for our community. And so folks, get out and enjoy what we have.
Yeah, I'll tell you, if you've never been to that wall, I'll tell you, without even trying, it's a pretty emotional experience. And we thank you for your service in Vietnam, sir. And
thank you.
And thankful that your name is not on the wall. However, you probably have some buddies whose names are on the wall, and it gives guys like you the opportunity to go by and maybe touch their name and say a prayer for them. All right, Mayor Rick Kasen, thank you very much for being on, sir. We will talk to you next month. Be the will of the Lord and the creek don't rise. And we'll be after Independence Day and right on the heels of Cheyenne Frontier Days.
Yes. Thank you very much, Gary, for able to share what's going on in our great community. We got rain, but we'll get through that too. It's good for Mother Earth. The ag industry is loving this rain too.
Yeah, because as we know, no one fools with Mother Nature.
That's right.
All right, 8:30 the time. We've got Fox News. Also, we've got Doug Randall with his news. John Gabrielson, YO Prep Sports. We will get to your phone calls today if you wish to discuss. Sorry for those of you that we could not get on with the mayor. Time just flat ran out. But if you want to talk about this later on in the 9 o'clock hour, we will certainly afford you the opportunity to do that. My name is Gary Freeman. This is KGAB Mornings. Good morning.
AM 650 KGAB. Up to the minute news.
From the KGAB News Center, I'm Doug Randall. Deputies are investigating the death of a man whose body was found in a reservoir 20 miles west of Cheyenne. The Laramie County Sheriff's Department responded to a report Friday of a dead man south of Crystal Lake Reservoir. Authorities estimate the man to be between 20 and 40 years old. He was wearing a Southwire ball cap, a Pole Mountain electric sweatshirt, a blue and white checkered shirt, dirty faded blue jeans, and brown hiking boots. They say he also has a full set of upper dentures. Captain Linda Gazelle says results of an autopsy may be available today. Investigators may use DNA to determine the man's identity. Anyone with information on the case is being asked to call the Laramie County Sheriff's Department. The Wyoming Highway Patrol says one of its troopers was injured in a crash on the highway between Cody and Yellowstone National Park. Kevin Coyle has more.
The wreck happened at around 2 p.m. Monday on U.S. Highway 141620 west of Cody. A tractor-trailer attempted to turn in front of oncoming traffic as the patrol car was approaching in the opposite direction on the two-lane highway. Patrol officials say the truck driver failed to yield and the trooper did not have time to stop before colliding with the truck. Other drivers stopped to help the trooper, but firefighters needed special equipment to get the trooper out of the patrol car. He was taken to a hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The truck driver was not hurt. Reporting from Casper, I'm Kevin Coyle.
Visit Cheyenne President Darren Rudloff is predicting a banner year for